Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here from MDC Trading Academy with today's pre-market forecast for Friday, January 28th. Let's look at our news reports for this morning. As you can see, at 8:30, we have core PC price index. And of course, at 10 a.m., we have the revised UOM consumer sentiment to end the week. And of course, remember, next week, we have another week full of interesting reports, beginning with Chicago PMI on Monday, information about jobs, manufacturing, unemployment claims, and obviously the unemployment rate, which is going to be very interesting starting off next week. Let's jump into our markets as we jump into our daily chart as usual, 30,000 foot view. And what we can see is the market is finding itself between a rock and a hard place. You can see the resistance that we're finding, strong resistance that we're finding here on the 200 SMA, and obviously this area of support, which actually was an area of support from way back in October, very strong area. I was expecting the market to break this level and come down to the 200 SMA. It didn't do it. I expected it to do it once again around the beginning of December. It didn't do it. Then towards the end of December, it didn't do it. And finally, here's our next test to the area. 2-3 tries until eventually we broke the 200 SMA, and this is where we find ourselves right now. And that's why we have this huge volume. We're averaging 1.9 million contracts, and the ATR is at almost 98 at 97.5. So a lot of movement, but look at the lateral movement. We have huge ranges, but very, 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 very sideways market. So that makes for a very interesting market. That's why planning what you're going to do in these markets is essential, and just wait for the confirmation of your plan and then pull the trigger. You can't just be making it up as you go along here. Of course, you have to learn to adapt, but adapting should be part of your plan as well. Now, let's just recap. Market continually going down for the last several weeks. Market obviously finds support. Here's our support. Here's our resistance. And now we find ourselves in a very clear compression between these two trend lines here. And of course, keys to this market: will it break here, retest this support levels here, or will it continue higher from here to retest these potential areas right up here of resistance and potentially move higher? That's a mid to long term view there. But now let's look closer to what we're looking at potentially today. Potentially what we're looking at today's market. Where's my chart here? Give me one moment here. Find my bearings here. Okay, all right. Here's where we are today. The dark portion of our screen represents the pre-market. This line represents the intraday low of yesterday. Obviously, the market did spend some time below it, and obviously it was right behind this trend line here. I think this pop here was caused by news, but look how it clearly broke through the trend line plus the intraday low. Now the expectation is, will the market hold? Will the market first come retrace to this area, retest the intraday low and potentially move higher, or will it take off right away? Well, obviously it didn't reach the area, but it's retesting this area right away. So will the market continue towards here? If it does, our next few tests of resistance are right here, and then potentially the next level will be this area right about here. Now, remember, at any moment, the market can break down to the downside, blow by these resistance support levels, and head down lower here. At this point, it looks like it's trying to make a run to the upside. But remember, you have to have a plan for either eventuality, whether it goes up, whether it goes down. Have a plan, stick your plan, place your stops. Do not force this market. Take care. Have a great weekend. Have a great session. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.